Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Jaden, and in August 2025 I bought an abandoned homestead in the snowy mountains of New South Wales, Australia. These videos document my journey from abandoned homestead and my very best efforts into making it a self-sufficient haven. Oh, bit windy. So the chainsaw's not been running that great last few times I run it. So I bought a service kit online. New air filter, fuel filter, spark plug. So we'll give the chainsaw a good sharpen, service, and hopefully we can be off cutting wood, no issues again. Filthy. Good to be back on the tractor after a week in the big smoke.
The road's a bit bumpy, but...
So what I want to do is I want to cross the dam in the tractor, and I've never done that before, but the wall sort of looks solid enough, so let's give it a go. Worst case scenario, I get bogged and I reverse out. Best case scenario, really good firewood over there. Just take it nice and slow. I'm pretty sure everything's good, bro. I walked it the other day and it looked like there was plenty of space. Of course, in a tractor, I can just run over the shrubs. It's all good. The damn wall actually looks quite decently thick down. I thought it might have been a sudden drop, but it's not. Appears to be plenty of room both sides. A little bit of a muddy patch, and it's all down how deep that is. I might fill that up with dirt later. Okay. Now the real test, can I get up the hill? And absolutely no issues at all. I don't know why I waited a couple of months to do that. Not a single issue. And if we look up here, we have a lot of wood. And premium soil as well for the gardens. Virgin land. So I'm going to be looking for good virgin land, dark soil for all my garden beds. Beautiful.
Okay, I'm with a couple of dry trees here. I've got this one here, got one there, couple of logs there, couple of logs there. So
The land just on this side is so much clearer. It's just so much more accessible by the tractor. And I think the wood quality is a bit better. Anyway. Okay, that one a little bit too rotten, and maybe the white ants have got to it as well. Sad. We'll try the next 2 logs over. See how that goes. Okay, I think this one's a bit better. I came over and cut a few out of it before. As you can see, there's still some solidness in it. Not as bad as the last one, which was just weak all the way through. So we'll cut this one up. All right, so back over the dam again, back over into this virgin land. Got a little test hole. The soil, really good. It's dark, which means nice high organic matter. Doesn't seem to be that rocky. So this is what I want. So now I have to get some dirt into the bucket so I can start growing vegetables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try scrape it with the bucket first. That will fail. And then I'm going to load it by hand. So let's do it. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. Guessing a larvae form of some sort of moth or something. Oh my good, this topsoil, so good. Don't have to buy topsoil in. I mean, like, I could get better topsoil, obviously, if I bought it in, but like, compared to what I have over the other side where the house is, this stuff is gold. So good. So gold. Get a bit more in the bucket, and then we'll go plant some vegetables. Okay, so as you can see down here, so you've got the high organic matter where the trees have just been, and the grass has been able to grow, die, and the trees have been able to, you know, drop stuff. And then if you dig down a little bit deeper, we go into clay ground. So excellent soil. That means this is good topsoil. Yes, I could buy better in, but we're being self-sufficient. I'm not paying a heap to get topsoil in. This is good enough for what I want to do, and I can develop it. So absolutely pumped. That means the raised garden beds, the soil will be sorted for it. Gonna tractor it. I was gonna say ship it, tractor it from the other side of the property to that. But for now, we're gonna put this in some pots and some bags that I bought from good old Bunnings. and we're going to do a test vegetable crop, just, spring onions and that sort of thing. So let's plant them. We'll get them going. I'm very, very excited for this because this means I'm actually starting to grow food on the homestead. And everyone that's been here since day one knows this has been a long journey. It's been a long 3 months getting to this sort of point where I can start to actually grow stuff. So I'm so excited, and I don't know why. I just thought there was like a deer or something sneaking up on me. There's nothing, my imagination. Anyway, so excited. Okay, so the plan is sprinkle a bit of fertilizer on the dirt, then top it with some potting mix, then plant the seeds into the potting mix / dirt, and hopefully all goes good. I bought 4 of these buckets. I've just been down the dam. Now I am, until I get a pump and some irrigation, I'm getting pretty good at this. Anyway, give them more water. Wake these seeds up from dormancy. See if anything wants to grow. You know what? I put the bucket on top of where I planted some radish. I'm a bloody idiot. Well, as you can see, I got myself well, maybe you can't see, but I got myself a post hole digger, just a 2-stroke petrol one. Just thought it might come in handy. A lot of you guys suggested it, so I bought one. Just until I get the PTO one for the tractor, because the PTO one will be a lot more heavy duty, but I'll still probably be able to use this in the tight and squeezy places, and hopefully I just don't break it. That's my biggest concern, is it's not heavy duty enough for the soil, and even like drilling with the lowest gauge drill, it's still gonna break. Anyway, we'll see. Give it a go. So my chainsaw is a 50-to-1 for the chainsaw. However, this one is the post hole digger is a 25-to-1. So I have 50-to-1 mixed up in the other container, so I'm gonna have to use their little piss poor container to do it, to get the measurement right. Shouldn't be too hard, yeah? One would think not too hard. Well, as you can see, it went a little bit over the line, which is fine. Just pour it back from this one into the bigger one. Like, it's no big deal. Okay, so this is the part where I don't want to put too much in. So just using this one here. Fill it up to the next line. Tad more, tad more, tad more. Beautiful. Oh, that's a lot of wonky. Anyway, so I've put the fuel in there. My 1 litre. Okay, so I believe I've got to prime it now. This one here. It's a good start, it works. Okay, so primed. Choke. On. All right, excellent. As you probably saw there when I was drilling, I hit a little bit of a rock and you can see a root there on the side. Went through it, a bit rough. Only complaint I have is the exhaust is facing directly up. So when you're drilling, it's going straight into your face. Oh, goodness. Anyway. Still a lot easier than digging the holes by hand, and they'll be nice, deep, uniform. Oh. You know what this means? I'm running out of excuses not to put the fence around this big garden. And, you know, get all the dirt into it. Oh. I was kind of enjoying bludging, being able to say, "Ooh, my apartment's not selling, I don't have money." I was just enjoying myself. Now I've got to do more work. Nah, she's right. Get it done, it's the only way. Exciting, exciting. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, the exhaust is here. So whatever was blowing in my face when I was doing it wasn't exhaust. God, still puffing because I was holding my breath. Anyway, If this one's not thick enough for the post, I can always go up to the next size, but that's bloody big. So anyway, I literally, it just showered on me not 30 seconds ago. It's already blown over these clouds here. God, it's so beautiful. This, think about it, the vegetable gardening, greenhouse. We have the nursery there already with stuff starting. Get stuff into the actual vegetable garden, actual nursery is so good. So good. So I'm back in the main bedroom. The idea is I've got a couple of these beautiful beams. The idea is I've got this nice long one and it goes across the top, sits flush with this, goes across the top. If I have the camera in the right place, remove that plaster. Sits flush with this, and then another 2 posts come up either side, sit there. I don't actually think this wall has that much load on it because there's a wall here with load on it and a wall here with load on it. So kind of seems unnecessary. If it all falls down, I mean, crap on the crutcher. But we'll see. I guess we'll find out together how load bearing it is, huh? Okay, let's have a bit of a look. So, it's like crap. I'm not quite sure how it all goes up. Anyway, go through. So I cut through these. So as you can see, that part of the wall is no longer supported by weight. And if it slumped down, obviously, I would have known it. Then I could have just put one of these posts in and drilled it to it and to hold it and stuff. So definitely went through. We can see that it supports itself without anything there. So look, technically I could just cut them all off now, put the beams in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut the beams to size, knock them off and put it in. And the beam, yes, capable of supporting a lot of weight, but mostly decorative. Cool. My camera stuffed up a little bit. User error, no doubt. So this beam's heavy. I'm hoping you've got me cutting that out on time lapse. Goodness me, I'm so bad. So I just temporarily drilled these in here just to hold the beam because it's heavy. There was no weight dropping down on this at all. So I'll put them in, and then these ones I'll put either side. Decorative, and you know they are a purpose as well to just help support that. And we've gone from not being able to have a wardrobe to, oh my goodness, we're gonna have such a good walk-in wardrobe here straight to the ensuite.
I'm super excited. It's the weekend. It's been thunderstorms. I'm having fun doing it. I just want to get this done and honestly just jump in a nice hot bath. But yeah, as you can see in my face, I am super happy that that this is working out. Absolutely excellent. I think I might just leave it like that. I was going to put some cross supports here, but look, it's all self-supporting. I might just put a few more screws in. It's, you know, it's not sitting there actually supporting it much, like very vaguely, and if it drops down, it will certainly be supporting it, but I don't actually think this pole was that load bearing after all. So looks cool though, very cool. Nice big wardrobe now as opposed to what was there before.
I should have brought the bloody spade down to fill it up a little bit more. But anyway, good enough, good enough. Not a bad effort getting the topsoil down. So I did find two types, so more dry stuff. Ooh, with lots of, no idea what that is. Anyway, lots of stuff in it. There is some overturned grass in here as well, which adds to all organic matter. And then I went down more swampy and got this more clay, very dark. You can see very dark organic matter and clay in it, which I'm hoping means it will be great for growing. So just got to box this in, spread it out, put some mulch on top of it, and then, as my dad would say, Mickey Mouse.
And here we are, what I've been promising for weeks. U-shaped vegetable garden. I need to get some more topsoil to build it up a lot more than what it is. You know, in some places like here, there's none. And then I've got to get rid of, you know, clumps of grass like that. Anyway, that's a project to slowly go through the next week or two. So I just wanted to show this. So about 20 meters away from where I was getting this soil, which is good organic matter in it. You know, it's not as dark as what you would want for topsoil, but it's pretty good. You can see there are some, you know, like native stuff growing, which no doubt is garbage, but that would be what the pigs are after. And there were some massive earthworms in here as well, of which, damn, I put on Instagram, but I didn't get any footage of any. Anyway, we'll no doubt see worms again. But not that far away was this dirt. Here, this clay. Look at the layers in that clay. It's nice, sticky, huge organic matter in it. Great water retention. So I've mixed a heap of this clay in with the topsoil, and we'll build up probably another 6 or 7 loads of just soft topsoil. So then we'll have good topsoil on this underneath this clay. Obviously this topsoil as well. And it will give a good amount of room for vegetables to grow. But I am incredibly happy with this. Bit of back-breaking work, but keeps me fit. Sure, my hair is terrible. Yeah, I'm not wearing a hat. I was wearing a helmet before. And before that, I was getting a little bit bored driving the tractor back and forth. So I put some headphones on. I couldn't wear my hat with that. So bad. I have sunscreen on, but hat's always better. Can't risk skin cancer, not in Australia. Anyway, I'm sort of just listening to the wind. Alright, I want to fit the ripper to the tractor. So I've decided up to those black markers up there be the greenhouse, which I've ordered. Just a cheapie to try it out first. So I want to move these logs out of the way because they will now become the raised garden beds that will be beside the greenhouse. Move this stuff away from it as well. And what I want, I was trying to decide whether to do raised garden beds in the greenhouse or not, and then I costed it, and it was going to cost a couple of $100 in timber and stuff because I don't have a sawmill yet. So I decided, stuff it, do a no-dig garden, put the ripper on the tractor. I'm going to rip all this up, so the air can penetrate, the water can penetrate, and then I'll just go grab some more topsoil and build it up a couple of inches, and I'll grow a couple of cover crops in here over summer and winter this year, and then next year it should be right as rain. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it turns out. First one done. Nice big ripping up the soil, loosening it up. do this a few times. Chuck some more soil on top. And what else can I do without spending a lot of money? Okay, we'll rip it up, scrape it with the bucket. Yeah, that's a good idea. Rip it up, scrape it with the bucket, put some more topsoil on. I think that's a great plan.
I think the soil is actually really good. Have a look. So I ripped a lot of it up, loosened it up. It's actually decent. Very decent. So I'll go through, I'll take out the sticks and the rocks and what I can see on the surface. See how it's like nice and darker here? And then you've got like a really good dark herb patch where you've got high organic matter. And then you come up here and we're starting to go high iron content. And clay. And then by the time we get up here, look how bright red this clay is here. And then see the difference? Look how I can just push that into a bowl, right? And that bowl stays solid. Come down here a couple of feet. This is without anything added. Come down here. And I'll try push this into a bowl. Not a chance. That's a rock. So this is the difference just from a few meters. So here, beautiful growing. So I'll bring a little bit more topsoil just to build it up where I've scraped this crap off the top. Here, that's fine. We can develop that, we can work with that. Get some radishes in there, get maybe some oats or something. So like little penetrating roots all down. Look at this. Look at this thing. Freaky. What was I saying? Yeah, get some oats or some oats, some mustard, radish, maybe some corn, peas for legumes, add nitrogen. Now I think this will work out really well. And that's about how big the greenhouse is. Very cool. So do that, put the greenhouse in, put the logs over here for the next raised garden bed, which will be here, which I'm expecting very similar soil. Fence it all off, big growing area. Then we just need to sort out, after it's fenced, then sort of irrigation. For now, it would just be going down to the creek, grabbing buckets and a watering can and walking around. You don't need much water for the cover crops, and the cover crops is all that I'm doing this year, just to build up organic matter, to build up the natural fertilizer for it, because I don't have access to great compost yet. So it'll be like natural composting through cover crops, and hopefully everything works out. But I'm super happy. Well, that's all for this week. I was only here for 6 days, and due to my day job, I need to go back to Sydney for a Thursday to a Tuesday. So I'm up there next weekend with nothing to do. Oh well, I'll find something to do. I used to do some really cool walks down Parramatta River, so I might just go do that for some nostalgia. Mostly building the gardens. Got that wall removed in the main bedroom, but I can't remove the rubbish from the main bedroom yet because I still have fallen trees out where I need to park the tractor to get the stuff out and put in the bucket and move the rubbish. So a job for next time I'm back. Next time I'm back, I'm going to be back for 3 weeks. Yeah, back for 3 weeks and go back for like Christmas break up for work, and then I'll be back. I'll be settling into a rhythm after that. Just with the videos, I'm trying to not do them time-based, but rather activity-based now, where I've actually achieved something rather than try push one out a week or something. Might end up being like once a fortnight or once every 3 weeks a video when I've actually achieved something. But it is nice looking back and seeing what I've been up to. So obviously this week I got the U-shaped garden in. I planted some vegetables up there. Let's go have a look. So with the trees, they were planted about between 14 and 18 days ago. So they're not, I don't think any of them are going to germinate. I think it's a complete failure. But most of them were, don't expect to see anything before 42 days anyway. So we'll see. I might actually stick them in the greenhouse when that finally arrives. One of the big successes has been the radishes. Look at them go. As my grandpa and dad say, radishes will grow in cement. So that's good. That's one good thing. And then I planted all the vegetables in here, like just some lettuces and like greens and stuff that I'd use sort of as an experiment for the environment. So hopefully next time I'm back, the plan will be get the fence up for the main garden. Hopefully the greenhouse has arrived and I can set that up. So I'll be setting up greenhouse. And then what I'm going to do is I don't have access to compost and, like cow manure or sheep manure or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow a green manure crop, which is basically just a bunch of annuals. And then when they are about 2 months old, you just get the whippersnipper, cut them down, before they seed, and into the ground. And that sort of becomes your ongoing compost mulching. It's just a regen agriculture thing. You'd know it as cover cropping. I also need to start really cleaning up the rest of the logs, of which when I'm putting the fence around, I'm going to be using a lot of the logs as fence posts anyway. So that will, clean it up, and then I'll pile the rest up for burning because I want to get some paths down to, where I've had the hammock and just, tidying up. I did speak to the neighbor and they assure me no eastern browns here at all, that what I saw was a copperhead. And they say, yes, there's copperheads all through the swamp here, but they're an extremely shy snake. So, the likelihood of you getting bitten is next to zero. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by a fly. Other than that, look, like, comment, and subscribe. My next video, I'm going to do a review of sort of everything I've done since I've moved here. Hopefully, 15, 20 minutes of just sort of some of the highlights and clips, sort of, to condense it into one sort of like little video. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, everyone. Have a great week.